Hello children. So children, today we will be learning from your science book, that is chapter 6, that is changes around us. And the things that we are going to learn in this chapter is, you see here, reversible and irreversible changes, physical and chemical changes, expansion and contraction of substances, practical applications of expansion and contraction, and lastly drawbacks of expansion and contraction. Now let's see reversible and irreversible changes. We experience many changes such as formations of days and night, change of season, growth and development in plants and animals, formations of rainbow in the sky after the rain. Based on whether a change can be reversed or not, changes occurring around us can be broadly grouped into two types, reversible or irreversible. So we experience many changes around us. So what are the changes that we experience? Those are like changing of days and night, changes of season, growth and development in the plants and animals, formations of rainbow in the sky after the rain, and based on these changes, whether a change can be reversed or not. These changes are again of two types. Those are reversible or irreversible changes. Here we will see reversible changes. First we will see reversible changes. What are reversible changes? A change that can be reversed is called a reversible changes. So a change that can be reversed is called reversible changes. A thing that can be brought back to its original shapes or size is called reversible change. It is a temporary change which may occur due to change in its shape, size and appearance. So in this change, what happened? We can brought back the changes into its original shapes or its appearance. In a reversible change, properties of the substance do not change. The original substance can be brought back. Some of the examples of reversible changes are given below. So in this reversible change, what happened? The properties do not change. The properties do not change. It can be brought back to its original shapes or size or appearance. First we will see melting of ice is a reversible change. The liquid obtained after melting of ice can be converted back to solid ice by cooling. Similarly, melting of ice cream is reversible. So melting of ice is reversible change. Why? Because when ice is melt, it forms into a liquid, and this liquid again be converted into ice by cooling. It is same in the case of ice cream also. So those are reversible change. Folding of paper is reversible change. The folded paper can be unfolded again to obtain the original paper. So folding of the paper also reversible change. Why? Because when we fold the paper, it can be unfolded again to obtain the original size or to obtain the original paper. And here we will see rolling out of roti from a ball of dough is reversible change. Roll out roti can be made into a ball of dough again. Making toys from clay is also a reversible change. And here fourth, stretching of rubber band is reversible change as when it is released it regains its original shape. So this making of toys from clay is also reversible change. You make a toy from a clay you like, and again if you don't like, you just reverse it to its form of clay, and again you make another types of toy. Here again rubber band. Rubber band, when you tie your hair or when you tie something else, it can be stretched, but when you take it, what happens? It regains into its original shapes. Here you see melting of ice cream, folding of paper, and here you see stretching of rubber band. As we have seen already about reversible changes, now we will see irreversible changes. A change that cannot be reversed is called an irreversible change. It is a permanent change in which the properties of the substance change. The original substance cannot be brought back. So in reversible method, it can be reversed, but in irreversible, it is opposite. It cannot be reversed. It is a permanent change where you cannot bring back the substance or the changes into its original form or original shapes or appearance. Now we will see what are the examples. Some of the examples of irreversible changes are given below. Burning of paper is an irreversible change. After paper is burned, a new substance called ash is obtained. This new substance differs from the original paper in appearance and properties. The ash cannot be converted back into the original paper. So what happened when we burn a paper? It turned into an ash, and this ash cannot be brought back to its original. Like pepper, the ash it cannot be formed into a pepper again. Here, cooking of food is an irreversible change. The cooked food cannot be converted back into the original ingredient. So when a food is cooked, when a rice is cooked, what happened? It cannot be brought back into its raw rice. It is already cooked and it cannot turn back into a raw rice. Here, curdling of milk is an irreversible change. The curd obtained is different than the milk in taste. Milk cannot be obtained from the curdled milk. So, curdling of milk is an irreversible change. The curd that is obtained from the milk is of different taste from that milk, and milk it cannot be brought back from the curdled milk. Ripening of fruits is an irreversible change. The ripened fruits have different tastes. Unripe fruits cannot be obtained back from the ripened fruits. So what happened? If fruit ripe is also an irreversible change. When a fruit is ripe, it cannot brought back to its unripened fruits. Growth in plants and animals is an irreversible change. And here again, growth in plants and animals also an irreversible change. When a growth of these plants or animals have grown, what happened? It cannot bring back to its small or sibling size. So it is an irreversible change. Now we will see physical and chemical changes. Based on whether a change leads to the formations of new substance or not, changes can be further grouped as physical and chemical. So based on the formations of a substance, whether it is changed into a new substance or not, these changes are again of two types. Those are physical or chemical changes. First we will see physical changes. Change in which no new substance is formed is called a physical change. So when a change occurs with no new substance is called a physical change. For example, melting of wax is a physical change as it only changes the state of wax from solid to liquid and no new product is formed. So here example is given when a melt of wax, or we can say candle, when is changed, what happened? The wax it formed from solid to liquid only and no new product is formed. So this kind of changes is called physical change. Tearing of paper, breaking of glass, heating of milk, melting of ice, freezing of water, cutting of fabric, and some other examples of physical change. So when you tear a paper, it doesn't form into a new substance. It's not it. It forms into a paper, a tear paper. And breaking of glass also, when you break a glass, what happens? It will just break. It don't form into a new substance. So those are the examples of physical substances. A physical change can be reversible or irreversible. So a physical change, it can be both reversible or irreversible. For example, folding of paper is a physical change as no new substance is formed. So folding of paper, as we have already learned, it is a physical change because no new substance is formed. It is also a reversible change as the original paper can be obtained by unfolding the paper. Tearing of paper is also physical change as no new substance is formed, but the original paper cannot be reconstructed from the torn piece of paper. So tearing of paper is an irreversible change. So folding of paper is reversible changes and tearing of paper is irreversible changes. Why it is irreversible changes? Because when we tear a paper, it cannot be brought back, it cannot be joined as before. So tearing of paper is an irreversible changes. Now we will see chemical changes. Change in which a new substance is formed and properties of both substance change is called chemical change. So in chemical change, a new substance is formed and properties of both change is called a chemical change. Burning of pepper is a chemical change. So burning of pepper is a chemical change. Let's see why. During this, pepper change into ash, which is different from the pepper. So when we burn a pepper, a new substance is formed, that is ash, that is different from the pepper. Heat and light are also produced during this change. So heat and lights are also produced in this change. When burning, heat and lights are used, so it's produced during this change. Burning of kerosene, petrol, LPG gas, coal and wood, rusting of iron, cooking of food and respirations are some other examples of chemical change. So what are the some examples of chemical change? Those are burning of kerosene, petrol, coal, wood and rusting of iron, cooking food and respirations. Chemical changes are always irreversible and hence these changes are permanent. So chemical changes are always irreversible and these are permanent changes. For example, ash obtained after a pepper is burned cannot be converted into original pepper. So when we burn a pepper, an ash is formed and this ash, it cannot be formed back into a pepper. Hence burning of pepper is an irreversible chemical change. So here you see frying of potato and rusting of iron. So here we will stop here and in the next video we will meet again.